Hello everybody, June here. Today I want to show you 3 dresses that I have made this year because I haven't actually sewn that much this year, and recently it's because I moved. And if you watched my previous uploaded video, you'll have known that I moved. And unfortunately, when you move, it's like a time suck at both ends of the actual moving day, right? All the time leading up to it, packing up, and then unpacking, which takes forever. So that is what I have been up to. But these 3 dresses, I think you need to see them because they are so beautiful. And I'm going to start with a pink dress. So this pink dress is made from a linen viscose blend. I think it's called, I will put it in the description because I can't remember. But the pattern is the Deer and Doe Myosotis dress, which I am obsessed with, as you'll see in this video. And I wanted to make this dress in this specific color because I wanted to get pictures of it for the cherry blossoms, or rather with the cherry blossoms that happened back in late March and early April. Unfortunately, every year I miscalculate how cold it actually is still when the cherry blossoms bloom, and so that didn't happen. But the dress is so beautiful, and I made it exactly as I made my last Myosotis dress, which was the flowery mustardy one with the mood fabric, and I'll link that as well if you haven't seen it. I didn't make any other adjustments, just made it in this gorgeous pink linen viscose blend. And of course I had to make a matching mask to go with it because at the time I still wasn't vaccinated, and I was tired of wearing paper masks, so I started making cloth masks that matched my clothes. I'm still masking up even though I'm fully vaccinated, but that's neither here nor there. The second dress is also a Deer and Doe Myosotis dress, except that this one I hacked it a little bit. First of all, I used the same fabric as for the pink one, just in a blue color. I have something in my eye. Right, so just in a blue color, and the color is called Frost, and I love it. So for this dress, I took a little bit of inspiration from the Little Women Atelier account on Instagram, and if you haven't seen that, it's like cottagecore to the max. But I didn't want a brownish color or like more earthy tones that they tend to go for, although they do have a dress that has a very similar shade to this blue. But I took inspiration from them, and to hack this dress, well, one's a hack, one is just working with the pattern pieces. So the actual hack is the sleeves. I essentially wanted them to look more like these sleeves, which is from that McCall's pattern I made last year. So the Myosotis sleeves are just pretty straight and fitted. So I basically looked at how these particular sleeves were drafted and then just went to town on the Myosotis sleeves. I traced a new copy, slashed it up, spread it the amount of width that I kind of wanted. They're not quite as wide as these, but they're pretty wide. And then I shaped the hem of the sleeve so that it's shaped. You can't really see here, but when I put my arm down, you'll see that it doesn't actually fall straight across the arms. It goes up in the front and slightly back towards the back. And then I gathered them with bias binding, just like I did with this one. And I love it so much. For both this blue dress and the pink one, I made self-covered buttons because I couldn't find any buttons that went well with it. For the blue one, I initially thought about putting like little round pearl buttons, but then I thought that was just maybe a little bit too sweet, particularly given that the color is very, I don't know, the color is very soft and pastel-y, and like I didn't want it to be like a sickly sweet kind of dress. And then for the skirt, the Myosotis gives you the option of having a shorter top skirt panel with a ruffle or a longer skirt panel with no ruffle. So I wanted it to be longer, probably at least mid-calf, which is what I ended up with. So what I did is I used the longer skirt panel and then still attached the ruffle, which gave me the length that I needed or wanted. And I love this dress so much. I still haven't worn it because I've said this before. I have this weird thing where I don't like to wear the things I make until I take pictures, but that is extremely counterintuitive and really silly and dumb, and I recognize that, but it is what it is. But I should probably wear it because the weather is perfect. It's so freaking hot, and both of these dresses are linen, which makes them very cool to wear. And then the third dress is also a dress that I made, or from a pattern that I made last year. It is a Love Notions lyric dress. The one that I made last year, I had done a little bit of fudging with the buttons because when I first made it, it felt too loose, and so rather than redo the side seams, I just put the buttons further away from the center front, about a half an inch or so. But then it was still too big, and so I took in the side seams, and I put it on about 2 weeks ago, and it was tight. Let's just say that quarantine has been interesting, and I have been eating as humans do, and I put on some weight, which is fine. That's not the problem. The problem is the clothes. So I still wanted to wear a dress like it because I really like the shape that it gives me. So what am I to do? Rather than remove the buttons and put them back, I made a whole new dress. And so for this one, I made it exactly as I did before, but I did place the buttons where they belong, and I have not taken it in anymore. Now, because both of these fabrics, the one for this dress and the one for the one I made last year, have a little bit of stretch in them. I do feel that with wear they stretch out more. So I have actually worn this dress even though I haven't taken pictures. But with wear, it's a lot looser than the day that I made it. So I think I might go in and maybe take in the size a little more, or maybe I'll just leave it like this. Who knows? But these dresses are just so dreamy, and particularly the first two, I really love them. I love this soft color, and then this lyric dress by Love Notions. I just really love the shape, and I love that it's fitted at the top, and I love that it fits me so well. It's just a really great pattern. I know that the last time I made it, I said that I had some issues with the construction method, and I mean, I still kind of do, but this time I didn't set the sleeves in, which was my biggest not pet peeve, but my biggest issue with the pattern. I went ahead and I put in the sleeves and the side seams as they suggest, and I mean, I can't really tell a difference, but maybe because there is stretch. I don't know. But I love how it turned out, and I love that the buttons blend in and you can't even see them. There's a lot of buttons. I still only did 12 buttons rather than the 18 buttons the pattern calls for. I don't know where you would put 18 buttons on this dress, but that's that dress, and I wore it to a thing, and people complimented it. And of course I also made a matching mask for this dress, just like I did for the previous two. So matching. And that's what I've been doing. I've muslined a couple of things, but I haven't actually made them because I still need to make some adjustments. But rather than wait for, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be able to sew will be, to make this video, I thought I would just make a dress video now to show you. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!